it sounds kind of silly, but I like fell in love with Jesus like all over again. And it was like even more sweet that it was with y'all, because I mean y'all are all like Christ followers too, so it just makes it that much more special. And I just feel like we've like pushed each other like all to grow, but we've also just like leaned on each other when we like needed to, you know, kind of like cry or something because we miss home, or I don't know. Yeah, I'm definitely, it's gonna suck leaving all of you, but I hope we can like reunite.
Yeah, reunions.
Yeah, reunions.
Yes, family reunions. It's really so neat because we all bring something different to the table. So like I've learned something different from all of you, and I keep trying to write it down in my journal because one day I want to look back and be like, oh my goodness, I'm having a bad day. Let me go see what it says in here that Mr. Paul said or told me or something. So it's been so cool because y'all have like different qualities that I know the Lord gave you just so I could recognize on this trip to help me out later on in my life. So it's been so cool to be with y'all.
Before coming out to this trip, like I've had a good relationship with Christ, and being at the university that I'm at, the university where I'm at like has a really good community. Like that's one of the things that we're known for. Everybody says about it, and so like that community's been great. And kind of like what Jill said about falling in love with the Lord all over again. So like, being at the community at my university, like there's moments like that where it just hits you, and you like fall in love with the Lord again. And that happened again here, like being on this trip. Is, you know, you're surrounded by all of you guys and the Lord's presence and what He's capable of doing, and you fall in love with Him again. And I found that those experiences are needed, and just to continually have those moments where you fall in love with the Lord again are like something special that keeps you on fire for the Lord, and that's been really great about this trip.
I guess like what I learned was that like my testimony really does matter, because I've always just thought like, I mean, it's nothing like crazy, you know, but like whenever I shared it in church after the service was over, there's like this little old English lady, and she came up to me and she was just like, you know, your story is so relatable, and I just, you know, it really helped me, like what you said today. And I was just thinking in my head like, oh my gosh, like I never would have thought that, especially coming from like a little old lady. Like she relates to me. So I don't know, that really like touched my heart. And so now I feel like obviously like more confident to tell people about my story before, because I never really did. So, and I was shy, but now I'm not.
I've learned that you can actually like call on the Holy Spirit to be with you, because that makes me sound like a terrible Christian, but all my life all I've done is just pray. And I'm like, okay, God, please just be with me here, blah, blah, blah. But I've never actually like called on the Holy Spirit to come to me whenever I'm struggling, or like when I'm being tempted or whatever. I'm just like, okay, I can be strong enough. I'll do it. And I always fail. So like, it's so cool. Like I've learned so much that you can like actually call on the Holy Spirit to be right with you, and sharing the gospel, like going through that book when we were still in Ohio, I was like, wow, like it is not that complicated. I had always thought that it was terrible. I was like, I'm gonna have to memorize the whole Bible and then tell them like, listen, to get to heaven this is what you have to do. But it's not like that at all. So it's been so cool to learn that. Like I really feel like I have grown so much, and I have just learned so much, and I'm so excited to like actually use it and see it play out in my life.
I guess just one like small thing that I've kind of taken away from this trip is just that God is the same everywhere, and He is everywhere. And it's like, it's just been really cool to see how like God has been present in everything that we've done. You look at the mountains here and I see Him, and I look at the people here and I see Him. I look at our team and I see Him, and so I think it's just been really cool going into this experience not having any kind of point of reference and feeling so at home just because I'm in the presence of God. I think that's been the coolest thing for me, probably. But I've learned so many other things too. It's like, that's just one of many.